because I was literally sneezing in their eye, like it was bad. And and luckily they were very patient, made me feel okay about it.
You're allergic to threesomes.
You're
I'm
allergic.
allergic to threesomes.
I'm so sorry. Love the movie. It was so much fun. And in honor of threes, I wanted to ask a question to start that's kind of based off of F, Marry, Kill, if you're familiar with that game. But it is marry, co-parent, kill, right?
Wait, kill?
Yes. But listen to you're not gonna kill anyone. It's okay. So the options are a road trip playlist, a good cup of tea, or a threesome.
This is rigged. Mine's obvious.
You'd marry the tea, right? You've got to marry the tea.
Marry the
I
tea.
I, I would marry the cup of
Okay.
tea, and I
Okay.
would co-parent with the playlist, and I think I'd probably kill the threesome.
Co-parent with the playlist?
Actually, I think I'd marry the playlist, kill the threesome, co-parent with the. Wait a second. Co-parent with T. T is a good co-parenter, very calm, steady.
That's true. You always have a cup when you get home from work.
Glass half full kind of partner.
That's true. But I want to co-parent with the threesome too, because that sounds fashionable.
Spicy.
I'm not killing anyone. we're, we're all having children together.
That feels on brand. So honestly, I'll allow it. I can't believe you all would want to kill the threesome after everything you've been through.
That should tell you.
Well, our actual threesome that we had was it got messy in a way that is different. Jonah
in the film, that was in the film she's talking about.
I was gonna say, I was like,
no. Jonah had a severe allergy attack while we were shooting our sexy threesome, which was also the last thing we shot all together, by the way. After we had become dear friends, now we're like, okay, now let's all do this. And, we were in a home that might have just been a home for cats, no humans, because Jonah had a crazy allergy attack. And then Ruby and I thought we were doing a nice thing, going to the CVS and getting him some medication. He took too much. Then he was drowsy and falling asleep and snot. And he was so lovely and charming and made it through and was like such a champ. But I felt really bad for him. So maybe.
I'm just thinking, like, don't you find that so often on set, if you have to do some kind of like intimacy scene, it's so often on the first day?
Yeah.
And it's kind of a nightmare anyway. And if that had been on the first day and having this snot driven scene with these two people that I just met, I honestly think I would have just had a total anxiety attack. But because it was the final day and they were so nice and they were close friends by then, it made the whole thing a lot easier. Because I was literally sneezing in their eye, like it was bad. and luckily they were very patient and made me feel okay about it.
you're allergic to threesomes.
You're
I'm allergic to threesomes.
I'm so sorry.
Kill the threesome.
So that's why he killed it.
Sure. Ruby, I did want to ask you, do you think the best time to have a same-sex kiss for the first time is during a threesome?
The best?
Yeah, the best.
Well, Jenny's experience is complicated. I'm going to speak for what I know, which is Jenny's experience. And it's that she thought this was the most epic night of her life, I would say. And that proved to be more complicated and kind of sad and stressful. So I think maybe I think it was, yeah, I think for Jenny's first same-sex kiss, I think yeah, it could have gone a little bit smoother for her, maybe.
I think others situations is less complicated than Jenny's.
Yeah,
Sure.
she dealt a complicated hand.
Yeah.
Maybe it was for the best. So yes, that is the best.
Jonah, you give a great wedding speech, as we can all tell from the film. So could you give us, to close out, a wedding speech, but it's secretly a pitch for everyone to see the movie? I'll raise a glass for you.
Good evening, everyone. I hope you've enjoyed your starters. thank you to the groom's parents for cooking such a delicious movie. This is a story about love, and I love love, and I always have. And ultimately, this I'm trying to work out now whether I'm actually doing the speech
Right.
about a marriage that is the film. Is that how I should be doing it, guys? This is a marriage that we need to get behind because it is a marriage that entertains us all. It's a marriage that may well have its ups and downs, but ultimately they learn because they're a good partnership and there is love at the heart of this marriage. And it's funny. God, what a funny couple they are, i.e., the film. So please, if we could all raise a glass to this gorgeous matrimony. Let's hope they don't get divorced and bomb at the box office.
Cheers.
And if that isn't good promotion, I don't know what is.
It was great. It was great. Thank you so much. I'm sorry to put you on the spot like that.
You did amazing.
That was horrifying, but
I wanted to just start off asking you a question. It's kind of a play on F, Marry, Kill, but it's marry, co-parent, kill. And your options are a road trip playlist, a threesome, and a good cup of tea.
Whoa, I love how abstract this is.
Mhm.
Okay, I'm going to kill a road trip playlist.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
and I'm going to, just because it's a little too unpredictable.
Mm.
Is it 2 hours? Is it 8 hours? Also, how do you maintain consistency over like that long? You know, I feel like an ideal playlist is maybe an hour and a half. So that's gonna go. Co-parent, cup of tea, warm, perfect cup of tea, so stable, probably great at communication, not going to like have too crazy of a schedule, will be really flexible, that's great. And then I am going to, I mean, fuck a threesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we're pro threesome, even though.
Yes, yeah. You know, I asked people on Instagram to give threesome stories, and they
Oh,
rarely end well. They rarely end well. Like almost every single one was like, it was fun, and then they broke up, or it was fun, and then I got together with one of them, but then they cheated on me. And it's just like, if your life is ever lacking in drama, have a threesome. That'll keep you busy for like at least a few months.
true. If you like need some new lore, like that's where to go.
Yes, it is probably one of the most lore generating activities you could do.
Yeah. Okay, but I have to ask this. Do you think the best time to have a same-sex kiss for the first time is during a threesome?
100%.
Yeah?
100%. Yes,
Okay.
because you have like assuming that the third person is a heterosexual cishet person, then they're going to be able to coach you through, you know? Like they're kind of giving you like a play by play and like giving you critiques. You're kind of bringing your own knowledge of like what you respect. I think it's really perfect. I really think it's like ideal. Yeah.
Okay. So I also have to ask, I love Greg's character. I think he's so fun, but why is it always the gay's responsibility to deal with their straight friend's relationship?
Right. See, I think that it's not necessarily Greg's responsibility. I think he likes the mess and seeing, because it's so rare that you get to see a straight person on some like Bushwick polycule type shit. Like, I really think that if that happened to me, I would jump at the opportunity to be all in their business. But the exchange for that is that you usually have to give advice if you're going to be in someone's business like that. You can't just take the tea and run. You have to,
Yeah.
kind of pay the toll. But gay people are holding the straight world together. That's the other thing too. If we were to withdraw, what happens? Like, unfortunately, we are the unsung heroes.
This is true. I mean, and I can't wait. You have a new role coming up as Malcolm in The Love Hypothesis, and I feel that that is a similar trend that goes on over there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's you'll have to watch though. It's a little interesting.
Right. But I mean, but he is the glue, I feel. You know,
Yes. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
I love the film. It was so much fun. I feel like one thing I really was thinking about the whole time was that, like how are you going to answer the question of like where do babies come from? And is the answer it all started with a threesome?
Sometimes it does, I think.
Right? I mean, this is just what we don't hear often, We don't get the truth.
Yeah. No, there's babies out there that this is how it all began for them. I'm sure of it. But that's, yeah, parents and kids have to watch it together and have tough conversations afterwards.
Absolutely. They're like, wait, is this? I feel like something about my childhood makes sense now. But the movie really does start out on, kind of an unconventional, rocky beginning, but then it's so grounded and lovely. So what drew you to tell this story?
Well, just kind of somewhat what you just said. I had a preconceived notion of what I thought a movie called The Threesome was going to be about, and it starts off kind of that way. But then, as I read it, it just kept surprising me and going in directions that I wasn't expecting, and going deeper than I ever expected it to. And it was such a satisfying reading experience that I thought if that could be translated to the film, then it would be a satisfying viewing experience in a way that this genre of romantic comedy isn't often that way. Romantic comedies are usually ones you throw on precisely because the formula is so familiar and you just love seeing the meet cute, you love seeing the fight, you love seeing the makeup, and that's the joy, and it's just seeing different actors' interpretations of that. And I enjoy that too, but this was something different. So I felt like there was room for it to exist and could potentially be something exciting.
And I love that all of the characters, you want to scream at them, but you also want to give them a hug because they're going through a lot.
Yeah.
So how did you balance? There's really just like four key players. How did you balance kind of telling each of their stories?
I try to always look at each character as if they are the star of the movie when they're on the screen. And I encourage the actors to try and think of their characters outside of the confines of the script too. And I gave them each a homework assignment to come up with a scene that's not in the movie that they wish was. And then I'll write it out for them so that they can see it, even if we don't film it, but then it exists in the world. And so that always helps me, and I try to have the films feel like they're not afraid to take a tangent and all of a sudden look at another character and center them for a little bit. I don't feel that's detracting from the main narrative. But yeah, I mean, the actors do a lot of that work too. They're just so real and so vulnerable and so authentic that it can't help but feel that way when they're the ones doing it.
It came out so beautifully, I really do have to say. And just to close this out, I wanted to ask you like a little rendition of the game F, Marry, Kill, if you're familiar.
Yes.
But it's marry, co-parent, kill.
Ooh.
The options are a road trip playlist, a threesome, and a good cup of tea.
Well, I'm going to marry that good cup of tea.
Okay.
I'm going to co-parent with the road trip mix, and I'm going to kill the threesome.
No, that's fair.
Yes.
We've seen the pros and cons.
I thought you were going to make me do it with the actors, and that was going to be
if you want to say that.
That was going to be a tough question. No,
Right.
I can't do that. I'll co-parent with them all.
Yeah, I would too. I need the singing and the guitar. That's great co-parenting.